Hi, everybody, and welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my Friday show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And I want to thank everybody for their well wishes recently. I've been a bit under the weather. I have infection going on in my inner ear that's causing a lot of vertigo and uncomfortable nausea and things. At any rate, I'm finishing up the shuffling for the deck I'm using for the Who's Going to Get Lucky segment, and that is going to be the Pride Tarot, Love is Love. So I'm just going to finish shuffling that. So how is everybody? I'm getting a little more diagnostic work done, and I believe they know already what's going on. So just working out the treatment options. Hopefully I'll be back to normal. At any rate, we're going to get right into the readings, and as you know, they are the astrological signs of the zodiac. So we're starting off with Aries, and these readings are good for sun, moon, or rising signs. So if you're Aries, sun, moon, or rising, however that works out for you, then these readings will work for you. And you can read all the other ones that pertain. Okay, so we asked two questions. And the first question is, what are the challenges or opportunities that are coming to Aries, emotionally speaking? And it's the Knight of Swords, and it's upright, so that's good. So the opportunity is literally, boldly moving towards some goal. And, a lot of times we don't always associate with the Knight of Swords with a romantic or even friendship orientation. But in this context, I think it is somebody who is seriously aggressive, maybe, in terms of having a consideration or expectation of an emotional encounter of some sort. So that could be a challenge or an opportunity. But what is the action required then in this case? And I take that from the bottom of the deck. And it's another swords card. It's the Ace of Swords. And it's also upright. And so the Ace of Swords says that the action required is to be bold too. No matter which end of that you are on, that's what you have to do. So whether you are the person who is boldly seeking, or are you being boldly sought by someone, you need to maintain a sense of beginning this as a possibility, but also too as exerting a sense of what your goals or initiatives or strengths are in determining what it is you truly want. All right, Aries. So with that in mind, will you get lucky? And it's a major arcana, which means it's the Lovers, which means good luck. But there's a lot of luck tied up with getting the Lovers in a sense. Now, of course, it's saying that maybe there's the possibility that the choice may be more complicated. Not so much that there might be more than one choice, though that is a possibility, but that maybe the choices or the expectations of the choices really muddy the waters a little bit and have a sense of complication there. So, as I said, good luck. And that was Aries. We'll now move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And Taurus also gets a Knight, and they get the Knight of Wands, which is upright. And so that challenge or opportunity is clearly kind of more like what I was suggesting that that other Knight could be. This Knight is definitely warmer, definitely seeking approvals, or definitely seeking their own consideration with you of some sort, or it's you in that regard with someone else. There's an idea here that this is a movement towards a progress of some sort that either inspires or is part of relationships or is part of networks, groups of people that are working together for whatever purposes, particular purposes. So what is the action required, Taurus? And it's the reversed Four of Cups. So the action required is realizing that maybe this is a moment where there is something you can really effect, but you have to make that choice or make that consideration. And this is especially true, I guess, in an emotional kind of friendship or otherwise sense, that there's something really positive going on here, and that it's up to you to really seize that energy and take it. So on the other hand, and or will you be lucky, Taurus? And it's cups. It means it will come to you naturally. And it's the Five of Cups. It happens to be a self-portrait, more or less, of one of the tarot artists, Stephen Bright, who Banshee uses a lot of their cards. I think it's the Seer Within. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. Should know this one. But it will come to you naturally, but there may be a sense really of you feeling like the choice you made and the choice that was therefore, left behind in this, that there's a sense of regret here, and that maybe you weren't able to choose everything that was applicable. And it does sound like a Taurus. Taurus feels like their love and sensuality is enough to, have it all. But sometimes it doesn't really work out that way in the real world. Good luck with that, as Banshee would say. And so we will now move on to Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one is for you. Whoops. Challenge or opportunity coming to you. Knight of Cups. How odd. That's the third different night we've had for the third different sign. That's upright, like the others. And this Knight of Cups says maybe you're moving towards something that really calls on you to accept and or embrace the feelings of sensuality or friendship that you're feeling now, possibly even with more than one person and maybe more than one type of situation. Not going to say any more than that. It just sort of seems like very sincere and open attempt to relate to someone, romantically possibly, or certainly warm friendship. So what is the action required, Gemini? And it's the upright Three of Wands. So the action required says this seems to be maybe larger than life, whatever this is talking about, and that you should definitely absolutely take this opportunity, that this may really lead you to something that maybe is really very favorable. So will you get lucky, Gemini? It's another cup, so of course it means it will come to you naturally, and it's the Ten of Cups. Look at that. And the Ten of Cups is very much a pinnacle of happiness kind of card here. It really can only talk about, what good things that come on an unconditional range or sense or spectrum of love or happiness. So it's not necessarily about coupling, but it can include that. It may be more broader than that. It may be about your overall feelings for family. Good luck with all of that, Gemini. It's very good, eh? All right, so we move on to Cancer then. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one is for you. And if I didn't mention before, I'm using the Modern Love Tarot. I may show the picture later if I can grab that. And so the first card represents for Cancer or all signs. What is the challenge or opportunity on that emotional level? It is a possible challenge. It's the Six of Swords, but it's reversed. And the challenge may be realizing there is something still going on in this emotional but turbulent kind of life that is not resolved yet. And that there may be something that has to be resolved for you Cancerians in terms of what that is, if it's a friendship, if it's just a relationship situation. So what is the action required? It's Seven of Cups and it's upright. The action required is to realize that you have options, that there are any number of emotional based or central based or important kinds of challenges or opportunities that you could really affect in this matter here, that although you may be realizing you have to finish up something, you still have options to make that maybe have a better sense for you. So we get lucky, Cancers, and it says it will come with a price. It's the reverse Nine of Pentacles. So the reverse Nine of Pentacles says that maybe it comes to you, but the price has something to do with maybe allowing yourself to feel more vulnerable, allowing yourself to feel less protected, that maybe you don't feel like you have that safe place, whether it's a literal place or a figurative place that you can actually thrive at for yourself. And, maybe that's, for some people, that's what love is accepting their vulnerability and willing to, match it towards what their desire is. So good luck with that, Cancerians. Oh, I almost wanted to cry. Almost. And so now we'll move on to Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one's for you. Like Aries and Sagittarius, you are a fire sign. Okay, so Leo, what is the challenge or opportunity, emotionally speaking? It's the reversed Ace of Wands. So the challenge or opportunity is to realize that maybe what you thought was a beautiful relationship or situation or friendship of some sort that you felt, maybe if it was just even more business or enterprise related, but there's a warm feeling there and you're feeling like it's not working. There's something either that has derailed it or you'll find has derailed it or is creating too many delays or obstructions for it to really proceed. But what is the action required then? And it's the upright Ace of Pentacles. And maybe it's saying scrap it and go on to some other new project, new thing. But it could be saying that the only thing that can be salvaged here is maybe the more physical, material trappings of this venture. And so that maybe if it started off as something that was more organic and friendship related, it may now bloom better as maybe more of a material matter kind of consideration. So that is a possibility. Of course, it could be that clean break and move on to a new project. So that doesn't sound very sensual in terms of, an emotional matters reading, but maybe this is just saying, whatever this is, maybe this is a relationship, and maybe the relationship changes to kind of just business only. So at any rate, Leo, will you get lucky? And it's a major arcana, so it means good luck, but it's strength reversed, and it says you might have to really force things a little bit in order to get lucky. And, this isn't necessarily talking about physical force, but because that is a meaning of strength reversed. But in the context of this is talking about maybe coercive or even bordering on abusive behavior to get one's way, So consider that, Leo. Don't be a bully. And I will move on now to Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Virgo, what are the opportunities or challenges for you? And great opportunity to really change a lot. It's death, it's transformation, it's rebirth, it's shucking off that layer, that skin that you don't need anymore. And it's kind of saying, I am here for the change. And maybe this is about a relationship, of course. So it could be saying that you realize, or your challenge or opportunity is to really reinvent yourself for the sake of friendships or romances. Or that maybe this will happen to you and you have no choice but to accept it, that something really changes, shakes up things. So it could mean a dramatic status quo change in a relationship. That's another possibility. So what is the action required? And it's the upright 5 of Pentacles. And so it's an upright card, the 5 of Pentacles. The action required says maybe you have to kind of bail from the scene that you thought you wanted to be in and consider moving to something else. That maybe this change is so radical is that you really have to move away from almost everything you really did do. That's change. It's just sort of a reaffirmation of that, of saying that, in this context, you have to really accept that. But will you be lucky, Virgo? Or Leo, I'm sorry, Leo. And it's with a price, the reversed 10 of Pentacles. So the price may be giving up major comfort, especially if the comfort is included with some sort of sense of family or foundation or connections. Like you feel like this could be saying you have to move. This could be saying you have to give up something if you want to be lucky. And it sounds like something that really isn't worth the challenge, perhaps. So that's something interesting to think about. Okay, is that Libra? Jeez, my goodness, that was Virgo, maybe. Okay, so we are on Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? And once again, we have the reversed Ace of Wands. So once again, someone could be having the idea that maybe what they thought was starting off as a good relationship is not, and that maybe they should change this, or that it's changing them. or there's too many delays, it's not going to work out in general. What is the action required? And it's the Hierophant, upright. So Libra, the action required suggests that you might have to really draw upon more strategic institutional resources. This could be possibly a legal matter or where some sort of expert advice is needed. This could be saying also too that maybe you would have to really try to do things in a very appropriate standard protocol, procedural driven way. But will you be lucky? And it says it will come to you naturally. It's the reversed Ace of Cups. So it may come to you naturally, but it may be some delays, or may be like a little bit of, maneuvering around each other before somebody actually commits to making a movement. A dance. All right, Libra, we'll move on to Scorpio. As Banshee would say, my favorite sign. Well, I guess it is, in a way. So Scorpio is a water sign like Cancer and Pisces. I didn't mention that with Libra. Libra is an air sign like Gemini or Aquarius. And I probably didn't mention that Virgo is an earth sign like Taurus and Capricorn. Okay, I've caught up. Scorpio, what is the challenge or opportunity? Emotionally, maybe there's something really growthful here. Maybe something new is going to happen. Maybe you are finding that there is an opportunity for something new, a new situation, a new relationship. It has potential to really grow. It just seems really strong. It may be more practical kind of relationship, but there's something warm about it. What is the action required? Is to think positively. It's the Six of Wands, to realize you can be the victor even if you feel really oppressed in this regard or in the situation in general. You have valor and you will be recognized. But will you be lucky? And it says, good luck. It's the Chariot. And I think it's upright. So therefore, if you're able to show motivation and cause, if you're able to show the willingness to really take the reins and run, you can probably do it. You can probably get lucky. So that's Scorpio. And we'll move on to Sagittarius. Sun, moon, or rising. Sagittarius, what is the challenge or opportunity? And it's the Two of Wands, but it's reversed. So the challenge or opportunity maybe is to find that it is okay to move in a different direction, maybe, or to just at least agree to move in a direction in some ways that maybe from a romantic or friendship point of view, you really had to wait until you understood more about what your own motivations are as well as anyone else's. So now you can proceed if you wish. But what is the action really required is the World. And it's upright. So the World tells us, Sagittarius, that you feel like you will have arrived full circle. You feel like you have finally arrived where you needed to, And yet you still may feel like the cycle can begin anew, and you can move on and begin something new, a new relationships or new sensibilities about your relationship. So it's all good. But Sagittarius, will you be lucky? And no, not this week. It's the reverse Knight of Swords. And of course, we start off with the Knight of Swords way back in the readings there, but different deck. But the reverse Knight of Swords says maybe you're not going to be lucky because you're just overly dramatic and maybe overly pushy and reckless in some ways. And so you're just not making the connection more than anything, I think is how I would say it. So good luck with that, Sagittarius. And we will move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, or Rising, Capricorn. What is the challenge or opportunity? I know it's like I really have to think about that. But it's a Six of Cups, and it's upright. So this opportunity, this challenge maybe is to realize that, you have been or you can move on from maybe the past where you maybe held an expectation or a standard of a kind of love or relationship. And now maybe you realize the challenge or the opportunity is to move beyond that and to not realize, to not feel that you're beholden to that, that only the past thing that you loved was the greatest. So the action required is the Two of Pentacles reversed. And the Two of Pentacles reversed maybe suggests that you don't need to hold on so tightly to this control of the situation, that maybe you can kind of let some of it go in its own direction. It's going to be a little bit turbulent and stuff, but it's going to move you in a better direction where you're not going to think about how the past measures up to the present. But will you be lucky? And it's the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And that means it will come with a price. And the Seven of Pentacles reversed, I'm sorry, I'm a little dry-lipped here. It has that feel that maybe you need to do something that you haven't been willing to do. And it's kind of interesting how it ties into the other cards, because maybe it is saying, there is a specific action that doesn't necessarily involve the past or the future. Maybe it's right here and you just have to figure out what you need to do right now. I know that doesn't make sense in terms of getting lucky. Maybe it just says, love the one you're with, not the one you want to be. Okay, that was kind of silly. Okay, so we're going to move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aquarius, what is the opportunity or challenge? Upright, Two of Pentacles, too freaky. Your challenge, Aquarius, maybe is to balance things better, especially on that emotional front where it concerns the overall stability of things, whether it's, financial expectations that can help make the relationship work better, like maybe you have a big mortgage or something, or else it's something else that just really needs stabilizing. Maybe it isn't money, but something needs to happen there. You can do it. Excuse me. So the action required then is we're back to, but this time reversed, Knight of Cups. And so maybe this is saying pull back from, emotional adventuring if you want to achieve this stability right now, Aquarius. Like maybe this is talking about settling down for more of a one-to-one relationship if you've been playing the field or dating, or it's something like that. It may be saying you're stabilizing the relationship some way, and it involves maybe a change emotionally. I mean, maybe you're having a row with friends and you're just going to clean house with certain friends. I don't know. It's kind of weird, Aquarius. So, will you be lucky? It says good luck, and it's the full reverse. And it may be that if you get lucky, it may not be worth it. It may have some bad consequences, or maybe the joke will be on you. There's a trickstery element here that isn't going in your favor pretty much. So I would say don't even try necessarily, or if you do, you're bound to have some weird little problems though. Okay, so we are on Pisces then. Sun, Moon, or Rising. And Pisces, what is the challenge or opportunity? And it's justice reversed. There's a challenge or an opportunity maybe to bring fairness back into a relationship. And that maybe this may be talking about a relationship that is having a lot of problems right now, and maybe everybody's written everybody off, and maybe an element of fairness hasn't happened or needs to happen in order to bring a better picture into place somehow. So what is the action required then? And it's the reverse Seven of Pentacles. No, I'm sorry, Seven of Wands. So the action required may be that in seeking that fairness, maybe you have to be willing to back down a little bit and admit somebody into the space to present a point of view that is in there about fairness or something. So maybe there's a story on either side there somehow, and that people have to give a little in order to get a little. But will Pisces be lucky? And I don't know. It says Major Arcana, good luck, and it's death. So if there's a total change, if somehow you could really, totally present something different somehow, or getting lucky really means somehow it's just a totally different twist of some sort, rebirth. I'm going to leave it at that and say, wow, that was a pretty interesting emotional exchanges. I thought it was pretty good readings. I hope you did too. Please leave a message if you'd like about those readings. And I want to tell you that later on today is the unhappy hour. We're going to do our unhappy hour. I believe we're going to release at 4 o'clock. It is pre-recorded, but it's good advice for the elemental signs of the zodiac. And then we do one kind of, collective one for the world, what's making the world unhappy and how can we bring it back to happiness. So that'll be later today. Don't forget to watch happy hour tomorrow, and it will be at 10 o'clock a.m. Banshee's Material Matters will be at 10 a.m. That's pre-recorded also, but we are live in the chat room, so we have a lot of fun there. You might as well show up and check it out. And then we do our live reading on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m., our regular live stream. You can get any question answered, or we will try. And also we have a lot of fun, but it gets busy, so come early. All right, that's it for the emotional exchanges. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.